and welcome to this week's weekly wrap-up. I've read a fiction this week.
And I've listened to a non-fiction audiobook.
My book this week is The Teacher by Katarina Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the DS Imogen Grey series. It's the first book in that series. I'm not entirely sure if I'll carry on reading the rest of the series, but we'll see how that goes. I might do, because it was good. And what attracted me to this book was the review says smart, gripping and gruesome. Now, gruesome was the thing that dragged me to it, because with many of these books what say gruesome, they're not.
Right.
So I was kind of like intrigued by this. And it was. I found it quite gruesome. You know, when entrails are getting dragged out.
Yeah.
That's quite gruesome. So that was good. I liked the title for the book, The Teacher. Because although it does have a teacher in it, it's more of the lessons being taught by the killer, which is not giving anything away. It is a crime sort of thriller. I gave this 4 stars just because I was gripped, but not completely gripped. But I did really enjoy it. I'll read you a little bit of what it's about. In the assembly hall of an exclusive Devon school, the body of a head teacher is found hanging from the rafters. Hours earlier, he'd received a package, and only he could understand the silent message it conveyed. It meant the end. Now, all these people, it is a sensitive thing that they've done. I won't spoil it to say that they are paedophiles.
Right.
All these people in it are paedophiles. But the message that the killer gives and things like that, and I loved the way the ending shaped up. It was a good ending. The detectives are really well done. I enjoyed both of the detectives. It's Imogen Grey and Adrian Miles. I really liked them. They've got their own issues going on. That was covered really, really well. I would recommend this. Just a bit more. And once they learn what motivates the killer, will they truly want to stop him? So, so it's really, really good. And I really enjoyed it, but it just didn't, it wasn't this thing because I base 5-star books on if I can't stop reading them.
Yeah.
And that just wasn't the case for this, but I would recommend it. It was really good. And I might consider reading the full series. It's just crime sort of stuff gets a bit old to me.
Yeah.
But because this was such a good idea, that was that. So
nice.
that's my book.
Yeah, fair dues. That's fair dues. So 4 stars.
4-star book.
So this week I've been listening to an audiobook, as that's my theme for April, and it is Richard Branson's brand new autobiography, Finding My Virginity. Now this book takes off when his first autobiography, Losing My Virginity, ends, and that's the New Year's of 1999. There's a bit of a joke there that he was going to call it Losing My Virginity, the second entry. which is quite funny, but he didn't in the end. Probably too crude for Richard. But yeah. So this new autobiography is narrated by Steve West, who is just amazing. He is so good. I put in my notes that he sounds a lot like Richard Branson, but he sounds like a sexier Richard Branson, which is what you want from an audiobook, or what these ears want to listen to. But no, he's fantastic. I couldn't fault him in the slightest. I think he's brilliant. He was consistent, clear. These like hidden bits of comedy in this book, and he just nails it. Absolutely fantastic. No, that's nothing to do with the fact that he's talking to me on Twitter. I'm really messing. No, he's great. So this book picks up from New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, New Year's Eve on 1999, or New Year's Eve 1998 onto 1999, and then it follows right up until 2018, and it is packed full of everything he's been doing, thinking about, striving for, achieving in the past 20 years. So the first thing that you kind of get from this book, and pretty much from any Richard Branson material is his zest for life. He is loving life. Obviously, he's a billionaire, but like I'd love life if I was a billionaire. But he's, all jokes aside, he's got that mindset and that zest for life, and it's so contagious. And you just feel happy when you're listening to this or reading this. You're just consuming just this vast amount of knowledge, business tactics, business advice, life advice, just about just how to live in general. His troubles, his worries, and how he copes with that is so contagious and so just inspiring that you just come away from this book loving it and just want to live and succeed and thrive and love and laugh, and it's just fantastic. So yeah, so he's packed full of obviously life lessons and business advice, as you'd expect from Richard Branson, and stories about the hardships that, he was talking about Virgin Galactic, and one of the pilots died in the crash, and how he coped with that, and how he have to go and talk to the families as the man responsible for their loved one's death and stuff like that. So it's really difficult and a awful situation to be in, but he just does the best that he can in that awful situation. And also there's so much hidden humour in there that just comes out of nowhere. For instance, I don't want to spoil it because I really do recommend you go consume this in whatever media, either print, audiobook or whatever. But there's I'll tell you just one little bit where Necker, the island that he lives on, caught fire and in the middle of the night, and he was woken by people shouting, and he got up just straight out of bed in the nude and ran out for his life, basically, to go and actually help some people who were in this on the section that was on fire. And he ran out in the nude, and it was pitch black, and then it's all this very action-orientated, scary story, and then straight away he falls into a cactus, and that I was on the train, and I was listening to that little bit, and I just couldn't help but just actually laugh out loud. It was just so funny, the way that Steve West narrates it. He's brilliant. Honestly, it's fantastic. So basically this is a 5-star for me. Loved every single minute of it. I'm going to listen to it again because it was such a good. I really do believe that listening to it gave it that added experience, and it was just packed full of everything you want. And I came away with a zest for life and a zest for just thriving. He promotes being healthy or getting healthy, and just forgiving people who you aren't getting on with at the moment, because it really, it just makes it happy. It's a happier situation to live in if you forgive rather than just hate. Give love, have fun, all that sort of stuff. Also, there's a little bit of material about Donald Trump, about his meetings in the past, and about you get a sense of who Donald Trump is as well. And I kind of got more of a sense of Donald Trump through this than the Fire and Fury book I read on Donald Trump. Right. Which is a bit weird. But yeah, no, he just talks about that and kind of how he deals with that and what he wanted to do and how he overcame his anger, and yeah, it's just great. So yeah, I know I couldn't recommend this book enough. It is about a 15-16 hour listen. It's quite a hefty book, but worth every single page. Wow. Worth every single minute. 5 stars. Love it.
Cool. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That is our weekly wrap-up for this week. Join us next week when my last book on my TBR is The Escape by C.L. Taylor, which I wanted to read another one of her book from last week's YA thing. So, yeah.
I've got Deep Work to listen to by Cal Newport, I think. I'll have to think, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you are doing it. I was trying to think back to the TBR. It's Deep Work. Yeah. Very good. So yeah, join us next week. If you like this, that's good. Please check out our other videos. And what do people say? Subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Be part of the notification gang.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, because that'd be fun. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later.